You sit down on the couch after a long day, hoping for a few moments of quiet, and immediately that familiar pang hits. You shouldn't be resting. There's a whisper in the back of your mind, subtle but persistent. You could be doing more. You're wasting time. You're not enough. And suddenly, the soft comfort of your own presence feels tinged with guilt. If this resonates, take a breath. What you're feeling isn't laziness or moral failing. It's a deeply human pattern, rooted in the ways we learned to survive and belong. And understanding it can shift the way you relate to yourself forever. This tension often begins much earlier than we realize. As children, many of us learned that our worth was tied to doing chores, performing well in school, pleasing others. Perhaps praise came only when we achieved, or attention was scarce unless we were productive. In those moments, we adapted. We became finely tuned to effort, to visible output, and internalized the quiet equation: rest equals risk. Psychologists call this conditioned self-regulation, our brains linking safety, acceptance, and value to action. Another concept, internalized expectations, explains why we keep the voices of authority, teachers, parents, or society alive in our own heads long after childhood. These mechanisms weren't weaknesses, they were survival tools. As adults, this pattern takes subtle and pervasive forms. You might feel restless while sitting with friends, convinced you should be planning the next move in your life. Even in intimate relationships, a part of you might whisper, "I shouldn't take time for myself. They might need me, or I might look lazy." Your self-talk can feel like a small, insistent tide nudging you toward constant doing. It's as if your mind has become a garden where weeds of guilt grow faster than flowers of ease. Resting can feel like standing in a room where the lights slowly dim, leaving shadows that exaggerate every perceived flaw. Life becomes a delicate balance between self-kindness and self-imposed duty, and often duty wins. But there's a hidden cost. The very energy meant to protect you begins to drain you. Research in psychology shows that chronic guilt over inaction activates stress responses similar to actual danger. It's as if your body believes you're at risk simply for being still. Your brain interprets rest as threat, tension as safety, creating a cycle where peace becomes uncomfortable. Over time, moments of genuine calm can feel scarce, leaving you fatigued not just physically, but emotionally. It's like living with a gentle alarm that never turns off, whispering reminders of what you should be doing. And yet, there's another way to see it. That instinct to keep moving, to stay vigilant, was once deeply useful. It's the intelligence that noticed patterns, anticipated needs, and protected you when your environment demanded attentiveness. It's sensitivity, an ability to feel responsibility deeply, to care for outcomes in ways others might overlook. Nothing is broken. You are not lazy, flawed, or incapable. You are someone who learned, early on, to survive through motion. Now, consider gentle ways to shift this pattern. Start by simply noticing the guilt without judgment, as if observing a small bird fluttering in the room. Recognize that your mind is trying to keep you safe, even when safety no longer requires constant action. Let your body experience rest as neutral, not forbidden, slowly rewiring the signal that stillness is a threat. And finally, allow yourself to pair rest with intention, not productivity, not obligation, just presence, and watch how even a few quiet minutes can feel restorative, not indulgent. You are not defined by how much you do. You are defined by your capacity to feel, to perceive, to exist fully in moments both quiet and chaotic. That urge to move, to achieve, to keep the world at bay, was once a shield. Now it can be a companion you understand rather than obey. So the next time guilt creeps in while you rest, remember, this is a part of you that learned to care, to
to survive, to sense. And when you let yourself simply be, you honor that intelligence. You honor yourself. If this resonated, take a small, quiet moment today, just for you, and notice what it feels like to rest without apology.